Yu-Gi-Oh players, how are you today? When is it time to give up making your Yu-Gi-Oh deck? When you should just scratch the idea and go to something else? When? So, a couple of scenarios I want to bring out. Hopefully that they make some kind of sense. Okay, there was this guy at Locals. He had a deck box filled with 5 deck boxes filled with 5 decks. And I was like, okay, play me with one of your decks. He said, well, none of them are complete. Okay, you got 5 decks, none of them are complete. And he's been building the decks for 2 years. And I'm like, 5 decks, 2 years, incomplete. Okay, great. That's how I was. I'm like, something is wrong with that picture. Okay, why is it taking you 2 years to make at least one deck? You got 5 different decks you're trying to build. Spellcaster deck, Toon World deck, Dragon deck, Warrior deck, Zombie deck. Come on, it doesn't take you 2 years to make a deck. And I'm thinking to myself, why did it take him 2 years? Maybe he had family issues. I'm trying to make excuses for the guy. Maybe he have a job or just not into Yu-Gi-Oh that much. So, 2 years, I'm pretty sure since his deck isn't complete, he haven't dueled anyone. So what are you doing? You're coming up to Locals, trying to get cards, leave every day for the past 2 years, every week. I don't get it. I don't get why. If you can't make your deck, if you can't even make your deck to even duel in 2 years, what's the point? Just give up, go home, spend time with your family, call it a day. Call it a day. Here's another scenario. There are people who change their decks like they change their drawers, or their socks, or their shoes, whatever you want to call it. Any situation would fit in this situation. Any of those examples would fit in this situation. Yeah. So, why did they change their deck? Well, they start losing for 1 week, and they're like, oh, I'm lost. Let's go to my next deck. Start winning with that. Oh, I'm lost. Go to this. That's this guy I know who comes to Locals playing Final Countdown, Chain Burn, and some other crap. And as soon as he starts losing, he goes to the next thing. I mean, there are times when you play your deck, you will lose. You're not going to win every duel. And there's going to be a day where you will lose all of your duels, and there will be a day where you will win all of your duels. As soon as he loses with the deck, he changes the deck. So he's trying to make a deck strictly to win. And this is another thing. People who making their decks on Dueling Network, on real life, they're just like, I give up, man. I just keep losing. I can't make my deck competitive. Well, your deck will win, and your deck will lose. That's just it. Doesn't mean you should give up on your deck. I congratulate the people who have been sticking by their decks for years and years and years, playing that one deck. Here's another thing. Some Yu-Gi-Oh players like, I'm bored with the deck. It's the same thing over and over again. Yeah, it's the same thing over and over again. Why are you playing that deck? So, like, some people play decks that's not built for them. They're just playing it because it wins, or they think it wins, or they saw someone win with it, and they give up on it when they start losing. Like that. Just make something you like. Enjoy it. That way, if you lose with it, you'll still be satisfied. You shouldn't give up on your deck. Okay? But if it's taking you entirely too long, and you never win any duels with your deck, then it's time for you to change your deck and choose something else. So that's the question for today. When should you give up on your deck? And thanks for watching your Yu-Gi-Oh channel, the only Yu-Gi-Oh channel you need.